What's going on, fellas? Welcome back to today's monkey moment. It's been a minute, but I'm back. Today's monkey fact is, did you guys know orangutans spend majority of their time in the canopy of trees? Seems crazy for an ape of that size to be up there in the trees that much, but it's true. Now, I'm pretty sure you all have heard the saying, it is what it is before, and it's kind of hard to accept that sometimes, because sometimes it being what it is isn't a very fun thing. Like, it's definitely not a fun thing to learn how to accept, but once you do learn to accept most things that this applies to, it makes life a whole hell of a lot more enjoyable to live, at least in my experience. Like, you kind of just accept it is what it is. There's literally nothing you could do to change the fact, and it somehow makes your brain easier to understand it and just accept it, at least in my case. And then once my brain's able to accept it and learn that, like, there's nothing I can do to change it, it starts looking for the fun in whatever the situation may be is, or like, you know, the good in the situation. This helps a lot with my anxiety because I'm a pretty anxious person who is unmedicated, which is probably a bad thing, but when it came to like in school, when I would have to do a presentation, being the introvert I am, I absolutely despise that. Like, I would rather die. But once I learned to kind of just accept it is what it is, I had to do it if I wanted to pass the class and graduate, you know, I just had to do it and it wasn't as bad. Don't get me wrong, it still wasn't my favorite thing to do, but it made it just a little bit easier to do. So I guess my advice for you all today is just to try to focus on accepting that it is what it is sometimes. Don't do it all the time though, because there are a lot of situations that you can change and alter in certain ways. So don't just accept the first outcome and everything, but there are certain things that no matter what you do, you can't accept the outcome in, you know what I mean? Like, there is a fine line between accepting it is what it is and then fighting for what you want and know what's right. That line, it's not the same for every person. You have to find that line in your own life, which is tricky to do. And I cannot advise you how to find that line. That just has to do with your personality, your morals, and just who you are as a person. So you got to find that for yourself, unfortunately. Sometimes that line wavers from the day-to-day basis. I'm not saying it has to be you got to draw the line like right now and follow it the rest of your life. Like, it can be here some days and it can be there. It doesn't matter. Anyways, that was a lot of yapping. Hopefully that made sense. I'll see you guys in the next monkey moment. Peace.